The Starks are an old house. Really old. The Starks are said to be descended from Bran the Builder, who apparently built tons of shit in Westeros. Among those things are Winterfell and the Wall. You know, the big ice wall that the Night's Watch used to protect the realm from zombies and poor people. For thousands of years, the Starks ruled as kings of winter and were always known to be friends of the Night's Watch, possibly due to the connection between their ancestors and the Wall and all that stuff. But besides Bran the Builder, here are some other notable Starks in history. King Jon Stark, who killed a bunch of pirates and then claimed their things as his. Carlin Stark, brother of one of the other Stark kings, who killed some rebels and was rewarded with his own house, the Karstarks. Roderick Stark, who won Bear Island from the Ironborn by winning a wrestling match. That is not a joke, that's actually what happened. Torrhen Stark, the last king in the north, also known as the king who knelt. Why is he called this? Well, back in the day, Westeros was ruled by a bunch of kings, not just one, and the Starks were one group of them. But that all changed when the Dragon Nation attacked. The Targaryens came from across the Narrow Sea riding dragons and fucked everyone up. They burned people's shit to the ground, entire houses died for like forever. It was a big mess. And when Torrhen Stark saw all this, he was like, fuck it, and decided to swear fealty to the Targaryens rather than have a bunch of his men die pointless deaths and then have his people ruled by the Targaryens. Pretty understandable choice. And that brings us to the more recent history with Eddard Stark's dad, Rickard Stark. Rickard wanted to create an alliance with the South by marrying off Ned's big brother Brandon to the eldest daughter of the Tullys, Catelyn Tully. Whoa, yeah, Ned was not betrothed to Catelyn until after his older brother was murdered. Oh yeah, he got murdered, by the way. It turns out Prince Rhaegar Targaryen apparently kidnapped Ned's sister Lyanna, and Brandon went to King's Landing to, tell him to knock that off and let him have his sister back. The problem was that the king at the time was Mad King Aerys. The name does not bode well for him, so King Batshit decided to start a war with the entirety of the North by killing Brandon and Daddy Rickard in a really fucked up way. The whole history of Targaryens is fucked up. We'll cover that. Daddy Rickard was burned to death while brother Brandon strangled himself to death trying to reach the sword in order to save his dad. Yeah, like I said, it's fucked up. So in order to solidify an alliance between the Tullys, the Arryns, and the Starks, Ned married Catelyn, joined Robert Baratheon in a rebellion against King Batshit, helped to win it, found out his sister was dead, and came back from the war with a bastard baby and reigned there as Lord of Winterfell until King Robert came by and asked him to be Hand of the King. And we all know how that went. Will the Starks rise again? Will there be another King of the North by the end of the story? Well, nothing's certain. This is a story by George R.R. Martin, but the North remembers.